These women don't need you, but they are bored. And the more that you understand this dynamic, the more you can be very effective at this area of life, attracting women and getting the dating life that you want. Now, first, why should you listen to me? So I'm gonna drop some reels here of me with the lady folk. I would say, honestly, your boy's best skill set is with the opposite gender. It's super try hard to be like, look at me with all these girls. I honestly fucking hate it. But at the same time, I understand that if you're gonna listen to a guy on the internet, you wanna make sure it can actually do it. So let's crack into it. So these women don't need you, but they are bored, and the fact that they're bored is your lane. And if you understand what's actually occurring here, you can be very effective, right? You can like become a very attractive guy. You can get a lot of dating options. You can have like all the that you want with all the lady folk. And in addition to that, attract the type of woman that you want long term, okay? So in this video, let's talk about what's actually at play, okay? So hold on, okay, third time starting this, we can definitely do it. So let's talk about the dynamic that's actually at play here, okay? So real talk, they don't need you. It's not the 1950s anymore, homie. So basically, back in the day, it's like, yeah, women like needed men in order to get like a fucking bank account. Like they couldn't own any property. Like it was like a big scarlet letter on them if they like weren't married by the time they were like 23, right? Like it was just, in that era, it was like they really needed you. So you need to understand the play that's occurring right now so that you can actually be effective, okay? So the play that it is right now is they don't need you. So if you look at women nowadays, they don't need you, homie. Like they got their own money, they've got their own safety, there's police, they aren't really looking to get like married or have kids until later. So like what's happening to most guys is they're pretending like it's the old paradigm. They're pretending like, oh, they still really need me, like, you know what I mean? And it's just not the case anymore, man. Like they don't. Like they've got their own money, they're having their own fun, they're hopping on flights, catching flights, not feelings, you know, don't really want to get married, don't want to have kids. Like that's what you're approaching. Like when you're going out and you're chatting them up, you're basically approaching them and they don't need you anymore. This isn't the 1950s. They don't need you for a fucking bank account. They don't need you for a house. They basically don't need you anymore. Now, I'm not pretending that like once they get inside of a relationship, they don't. Like literally, duh, dude. Like if they get married and like you're having kids together, it's like, yeah, at that point, they do need you. But on the front end, when they're like in their 20s or whatever, it's like they don't. They do not need you, okay? And so what's happening is most guys are still approaching it like it's the old paradigm, and they're like using the same tired bag of tricks of like, I'll be a provider and I'll be a protector, and it's like they don't give a shit because they don't need you. But this actually opens up a lane for you to be very effective. And what it comes down to is they're bored, okay? So I want you to imagine what it's like for them. Like put yourself in their shoes where basically they have all these people coming up to them all the time. They got their own money, they got their own life, like they do not need you. And they got like all these guys just like coming up to them one after another after another. Okay, here's what happens. They're bored, okay? And I'm gonna level with you, they're really bored. Like if you have everything given to you and you have like a silver spoon in your mouth, you're bored, okay? So that's what's actually happening is they don't need us anymore. They don't need you if you're going up anymore, but they are bored. They're like another one of these like boring guys, another boring day. So like what you wanna do as a guy is you wanna focus on what actually moves the needle, okay? And what moves the needle is being in your own vibe, having swag, being cooler than them, being more carefree, having more fun, not giving a fuck. Like those are the things that are actually gonna move the needle. This isn't the 1950s. Approaching like I'm stable and I have integrity, it's like it gets you nowhere. But like I said, they're bored, man. Like they don't have anything else going on. So if you roll up and you're cooler, you're more carefree, you're more in your vibe, you're like, yeah, whatever, dude, move along. They're like, oh, what's this? Like, what's going on here? So in this video, what I want to do is get you focused on what's actually going to move the needle for you, okay? They don't care about, like, if you make good money and you got big muscles, they don't give a fuck, bro. Like, they don't. Now, I'm not saying to not have those things for you. Have those things for you. Make your money. Look how you want to look. Feel good in your own body, like, of course. But when it comes to this area of life, the lady folk, that is not going to move the needle. What's going to move the needle is confidence, swag, carefree, not giving a fuck, rolling out, loud personality, like push, pull, tease, hey, you get out of here, frame them out. That's the stuff that's going to move the needle because, like I said, they're bored, okay? So this video, I want to cover like what's actually going to work for you. I'm trying to get you oriented towards the fact that like most guys are not optimized here. They haven't put any time or effort into like their communication, their energy, their aura, their vibe. And it's like, that's the main thing that's actually going to move the needle for you in this area of life. Now, below this video, below the description, I dropped my email. Shoot me an email. I'd love to hear kind of like where you're at on your journey and like what you're working on and what you're trying to do and like what your current results are and like what you're trying to get to. Shoot your boy an email, okay? So, top of the video, they don't need you, but they're bored. And if you understand that they're bored, you'll understand that like you bringing something different to the table where you're more focused on the thing that's actually going to move the needle. And you will literally run circles around every other fucking guy out here because they're focused on the wrong thing. They think the money's going to do it. They think the muscles are going to do it. It's like, yo, homie, that ain't getting it done. And I mean, I can tell you, I've coached a lot of guys. I've worked with a lot of guys. I've been out with the top guys. Like, this is what does it, man. Like these guys, the really good guys, like I'm good, don't get me wrong, but like the really, really like, it's just so much swag, swag on swag on swag on swag on swag, like 100%. Now, for me, just where I'm at in my journey, just being real with you guys, I did the train of like, you know, perpetually single and like hooking up with all these girls. At this point, I've got a girl that's like just fucking the best, dude. So like that is something that I'm kind of focused on with you guys, which is like getting you good at this skill set. But then in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, well, most guys are actually just gonna want a good relationship. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, after they do the whole thing of like, I got all these girls, like eventually like, man, like I just like that one because she's cool. You know what I mean? So when I work with guys and I'm coaching guys, it just depends on kind of like where they're at in their journey. Like if they're wanting to do more like the hamster wheel of like, you know, the endless lust loop, if you will.